How do you guys do in YouTube land? Um, so I have I got my wonderful idea for this video from the Quick Trip manager in Decatur, Texas, that for claiming that my drink was a refill. So for you, thank you this for the idea for this video. Now we're gonna do some basic math and why inflation is a lie. Okay? Inflation is a response to the fact that the government prints more money and therefore the dollar is valued less. So, how do you fix inflation? Well, you stop printing more money and you let the money that's already out there write their own solution. But the problem is the people in power don't want to stop printing money. So I'm going to give you this very simple equation. Okay. Now, inflation, let's just put it in simple terms, right? In 2019, before the scamdemic, Quid Trip's iced teas that you buy in the cup, they didn't have the bottle kind, but the ones that you buy in the cup, they cost 96 cents for a 32 ounce. They cost $1.10 for a 44 ounce. 16-cent difference, right? Okay. We are going to go forward in time. In 2020, right before I left for the military, in 2021, right before I left for the military, my last Quick Trip sweet tea, pineapple papaya sweet tea, 44 ounce, base price was $1.49. $1.49. The price for a 32 ounce was $1.29, and that was base price. That was not here's the amount now, right? So for the same tea, 3 years later, it cost a grand total of $1.85 for a 32 ounce and $2.25 for a 44 ounce. Whereas the refill price is the same price as it was 3 years ago. Now, take into account that the refill price was the actual price from 4 years ago, and the price for tools, parts, materials has not increased by more than 25 cents. When it was the price it was 4 years ago, it was 25 cents per cup. Because I asked the Quick Trip employee how much their cases of cups cost and how many cups come in a case. They said, well, 500 cups come in a case, and the cups themselves are $125 for the case. So 500 divided by 125, that equals 20 cents per cup. Now, the cups have not increased in price for what you're actually paying to get them to the store. So why the hell am I paying an additional 58 to 60 cents per cup just to pay for a drink that I have been asking stores why the hell they can't just sell me the tea bag? Because if I could just get the tea bag, if I could get a box of Quick Trip pineapple papaya tea bags, I'd buy the damn box of tea bags. I wouldn't be buying the beverage on your counter for the exorbitant amount of pricing. That's why, because companies don't listen, you have inflation. It's why it costs $12 to see a movie now when you pay for a movie ticket in house versus the online price of $6. The reason that they charge so little for the online price is because either way they get a sale. You may or may not show up to the movie, but at least they got a sale. And they didn't have to pay a man, woman, or person to actually sell you that ticket. So the sale price is equating to labor prices. Well, labor prices in any market have only increased by $2 per financial sector, especially for the small to medium paid jobs such as gas station workers, movie people, or movie employees, and so on and so forth, right? So you look at McDonald's, right? Back in 2020, it was $7.25 an hour. They in most states they are barely breaking $12 an hour, and you're paying an extra dollar for your chicken nuggets meal than you did 4 years ago. That's proper inflation, and the fact that you're only paying a dollar more for half the employees that you would have had normally because they went to AI digital kiosks, which I, as an American citizen, hate. I hate. Look, I'm an IT by trade. I am a computer nerd by trade, and I have programmed some things that I'm not happy that I programmed for the government. I'm not happy about it. I programmed Project Bluebeam's AI bullshit that the deep state's now using. I'm not happy about it, but I did. And so, literally, when I see inflation at skyrocket to a point to where people have to choose between groceries or bills, you're having to choose between groceries or bills. You're not in a sustainable economy. You are in a broken, junked up mess of a junkyard of an economy. And secondly, the government subsidy that keeps getting talked about on YouTube's is a scam. It's a sham. The government, in its most infinite loyalty, is saying, hey, if you don't have health coverage, I don't get sick very often, right? So if you don't have health coverage, you're not able to get this government subsidy. Oh, and if you don't apply for government health subsidies, um, by the way, if you're part of the armed services, you're not even included in this because you gave away all your rights and freedoms at the front door. Just being honest. You sold your right and freedoms when you joined the U.S. military so that your family and friends could have their rights and freedoms. Until you get out and until you get that DD 214, you are fucked. Let me say that again. You are fucked. Um, I'm still unemployed because why? The government has taken 3 months. 3 months. And they've denied me for 3 months my DD 214. Still unemployed for 3 months. Where else in the world can you be unemployed for 3 months because of a fucking slip of paper? Anybody? Anybody in the class? Nope. Cool. Um, so I get yelled at for stating my drink is a refill. I come in every single day for a tea. Most of the time, I do bring in a fresh cup. Until the lid can't come off the top, I do bring in a fresh cup every single day. Or I do bring in one of the cups from home. Yeah, it's a refill because I come in every single day. I'm one of your regulars. I don't expect to have to pay full price when I just get the same thing every single day. And I've been requesting the same shit for 10 freaking years. I've asked Quit Trip, the local stores, hey, can you sell me the tea bags for your teas? I love your teas. I don't like paying inflated prices for the tea. Well, the tea that I like, they have yet to put in a bottle. If it was in a bottle, I would absolutely buy the bottle because the bottle actually costs $1.08 for the bottle of tea. Whereas I'm paying $1.29 for a refill, which is the same price as it was 5 years ago for a refill every single day because they don't have my tea in a bottle and they don't have the tea that I like to drink, which is the pineapple papaya sweet tea. They don't have it, the tea bags for sale in actual like tea bag cases. What I'm basically asking for from Quit Trip for these last 5 years, and I'm not offing Quit Trip for being owning their own proprietary drinks. What I am dissing them for is the same thing I diss the US government for, and that is increasing the prices to where if you want something, you have to pay through the nose to get it. And what inflation is, it's basically another tax. It's basically another hidden tax. Because technically, you're paying what amounts to triple the amount that it costs for the tools, parts, materials, just because the wage gap and living gap are not even succinct. Literally, if I was a multimillionaire, I'd still go to Quit Trip and I'd still get my fucking refills because they don't sell the damn tea bags. But because they don't sell the damn tea bags, I have to keep going in and getting refills. And the reason being is even the richest men in the world use coupons. They use coupons at McDonald's, they use coupons anywhere that they can. They use all the fucking money saving apps and all that sort of stuff too. Don't tell me that it costs 65 cents for a cup of lidded straw and then pawn off on me that I have to pay $2.50 for a brand new cup just because this cost is this cost. And yeah, if I need a new cup, I want to get a new cup at the refill price because I technically did bring in my cup. I did bring in a cup. Yeah, it might be in the trash, but I did bring in a cup. So just because I brought in a cup does not mean that I am not getting a refill. I brought in a cup. And whether that cup is in my hands when I go up and pay for it, that is a different story. But that is the reality of the situation. You can bring in a 44-ounce cup into a Quit Trip, toss it in the trash, switch it out, toss it in the trash, fill it up. Same damn thing. I'm tired of companies basically saying, hey, or individual management saying, hey, we're going to screw over the American buyer every single day because he likes this. But we're not going to sell him the product at launch. We're going to sell him the product he seeks, but, and here's the caveat, but I need him to work his ass off for a company. Well, I can't work my ass off for anybody because why? Nobody's hiring anybody. Nobody's hiring a veteran that can't do any work because he still hasn't gotten his release form from the military and the government powers that be. So literally, I'm screwed without a job. I'm trying to use what little money I have to one, pay my bills, and two, get my daily teas. So that's the key word there is if you're going to yell at someone who's defended your freedom, remember, they gave up everything so you could have your liberties. They gave up all their rights. They signed away all their rights until they were freed from service. That is what the military is. You sell your soul for service. And that's the way the government should be. You sell your time, your labors, in order to make a better world. That's what politicians are supposed to be. That's why there should be term limits, but there aren't. There's only term limits for the presidency because the politicians themselves, the only branch that of U.S. government that, by law, because because of the way the Constitution has it written, cannot have term limits, is the judiciary branch, which is the 9 judges on the Supreme Court. They can retire at any time, but they are not mandated to retire. They are for life. The career politicians in Congress used to do the same thing the as was with the presidency. The first time that we had someone go over 4 times in the White House was the day, and he died in the White House because he wanted to see World War II through. He died, and that's where the 16th Amendment comes into play. Well, the 16th Amendment limits the president's time in office, but it doesn't limit any other policyholders' time in office. So it's all a big sham. Let's limit this branch, but not limit this branch that's full of corrupt career politicians that can't figure out a freaking budget and stick to it. And also sold our monetary value to the IRS, which doesn't actually should is a private bank. It shouldn't even be controlling our financial lives. Yet we are. It's controlling everything, and has the power to arrest people apparently without them even being able to get a court order or a warrant for their arrest. That is how powerful the private banks have become. They control our everyday lives. And if you are believing that the bank has your best interest, you're fucking nuts. Rather trust my mattress than my fucking bank. But hey, that's a story for another day. Um, but yeah, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Um, and I'm sorry for picking out a really, really tough topic for people to really get a grasp of, but that is how bad American economics is. It's not that it's bad, it's infuriating. But please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next YouTube video. And that is why inflation is a sham. Have a great rest of your day. day, America, and be blessed. Bye.